Fifth Avenue School is a project in Redwood City for the Sequoia Union High School District. Sort of a one school building facility to house about 400 kids. And the client was really interested in pursuing LEED. They were really passionate about sustainability. They sort of just set a blanket goal of we'd like all of our new buildings to be LEED Gold, if possible. And they kind of threw in that caveat in parentheses. And when we started the design process, we got through the early stages and schematics, and then we started looking at our scorecards and our points and how the design process was going, and we saw that we were really starting to score off the charts. It appeared that we would actually be able to achieve LEED Platinum with some fair cushion. We kind of kept it quiet. We didn't want to overcommit to the client and say we're going to achieve LEED Platinum and then miss it by one, but we ended up being successful. It's the first LEED Platinum school that is within the Bay Area. I just love how the light comes down deep into the space. This is a really good example of creating a nice space, deep within inside a building. The client really was intrigued on getting as much photovoltaics into the project as possible, and even though there was some premium cost that was related to that, their direction to us was more or less kind of carpet the roof as much as you can to maximize that opportunity to demonstrate to the community their commitment to sustainability and energy conservation. And in doing so, we ended up netting out, I believe, 26% above and beyond energy savings that we're gaining with the mechanical system. So at the end of the day, we're leveraging, when you add those two together, we're upwards of about 77% in total reduction beyond Title 24. You see on the building up here with the sunshades, they do a pretty good job of keeping out the light for about 3/4 of the time of the day. This is more towards the west, so they're designed to get most of the light out, but once you get into the afternoons, then they're going to open up a little bit. You could almost make a case, and this is back in a few years ago when we did the building, that we're 3/4 of the way almost to net zero energy because we've chiseled down the load so much. So up top we have the windows that I was talking about earlier that get us the cross ventilation within the building. When the wind sensors kick in and the heat gain, then they'll pop open. Natural ventilation was another thing we looked at fairly closely, and it follows the light almost in a way as to the way the building is oriented on the site. It's a long rectangular structure, and what we're able to get is really good solid natural ventilation coming in through the classroom windows and then up through the skylight, and then out through the skylight, so we can get some pressure differential as well as capturing some of the prevailing winds on the site, which then in turn enhances the thermal comfort with the natural daylight. At the end of the day, you've got a fantastic facility and space for the kids to learn. The satisfaction on a completed building is just tremendous. To walk through the facility, to walk through a new campus building like Fifth Avenue and see the kids in the classrooms, to see the faculty just using the space and the vibrancy that comes with all of that energy and enthusiasm, and to see how their enjoyment and appreciation of it is just really rewarding.